Hey guys, and welcome back to another new Animal Crossing video. I'm Crossing Channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about two hidden characters in Animal Crossing New Horizons that aren't overtly shown but are there in the game nonetheless and have returned from previous Animal Crossing games. I'm going to go over their history and where you can actually find them in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So if you're excited for this video, be sure to leave a like to show your support, and let's get straight into this video. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing 2. So one of the least used features in Animal Crossing New Horizons is probably the rescue helicopter. Now, if you don't know what the rescue helicopter is because you've never used it, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. The rescue helicopter basically allows you to be teleported to certain spots on your island, like the plaza, the airport, your home, and the shop as well, I believe. So it's kind of useful if it wasn't, so easy not to get lost on your island, given it's your island and you know where you are. Now, there are some cases where this could be really useful. For example, you can actually use this in a dream. So if you get lost on someone's dream island, you can use the helicopter to get yourself back to a point where you can easily escape from the island if you want to. But overall, this feature isn't used too much, especially given the fact that you actually have to pay Nook Miles to use it. However, there is something very special about this feature that perhaps older fans would know about, but maybe newer Animal Crossing fans wouldn't know at all. And that's that it actually includes a character that we can't see who returns from previous games, and that character is of course Mr. Resetti. Now, in New Horizons, he's just called Operator because it's kind of shrouding his identity in a weird way. I guess it's sort of just to make it more mysterious and have it be more of a callback rather than overtly show him off. But it's of course obvious that this is Resetti. The Operator makes many references to resetting your game, which was Resetti's previous job to prevent you resetting in previous games. And he just talks exactly like Resetti. He has that exact sort of accent thing going on that Resetti has. And it's just really cool to see Resetti included in the game in this way, even though it is really subtle and not too many people use this feature. So Resetti does get a bit of an inclusion. But you might be wondering, if they've done this, why not just call him Resetti? Why not just show off Resetti? Why not have Resetti appear in the helicopter and make it more expansive? Surely people would love that a lot more and use that more, right? That would definitely make sense. However, there is a reason why Resetti hasn't been included in this game, it seems, and I'm going to go into that a bit now. So in previous Animal Crossing games, in pretty much all of them, it was Resetti's job to stop players from resetting so they would play the game the proper way. I guess he was put in sort of like parent the kids who would be playing the game. But the problem is, Resetti was really, really harsh. Now, for many of us, myself included, I loved this. I loved how Resetti would literally shout and scream at you. I love how he would make you write stuff like sorry to him if you resetted, and how he would pop up every time and have a proper go at you if you resetted your game. I really loved that part of Resetti, but it seems like perhaps maybe some parents complained to Nintendo, and as the games went by, after Animal Crossing City Folk, Resetti was just never the same again. In Animal Crossing New Leaf, Resetti was an optional feature. You would have to get a public work project, you'd have to build this and spend a ton of bells to actually get him to appear, and even then you could easily just tell him to go away and he would do exactly that. Whereas in previous games like Wild World, the GameCube version, and City Folk, if you resetted your game, Resetti would come down on you hard. There was even a point where Resetti would literally pretend to reset your entire game, delete your entire save file, just to kind of teach you a lesson about resetting. Now, I know there's lots of people on both sides of the fence here. Some of us who really miss the harshness of Resetti and other characters in the game, and then there's others who can kind of see, yeah, it was kind of scary for kids, and I'm sure some of you guys out there do have scary memories with Resetti. But either way, it's kind of sad that Resetti has been reduced to just being called Operator, and that he only really exists as a reference and kind of a callback for previous fans. However, he may return in the future, we certainly don't know yet. It would be really good to see him return. This isn't the only reference to Resetti in the game either. Isabelle will also mention during the feedback for your island when you're trying to get to 5 stars that Resetti says, "Back in my day, the key to a good life was a low reset rate." You feel what I'm getting at? Of course, even if Resetti did have a role in this game, he wouldn't be able to stop you from resetting because this game has an autosave feature now. So now there's not the traditional way of saving in your home, or just pressing the save button, because the game will auto save for you. So Resetti's job has kind of been taken away, and he's not the only character this has been done to. Of course, there are characters like Harriet, who did the hair, who no longer have a role. There's characters like Nat and Chip, who have been replaced with younger versions, and of course Joan as well. So a lot of these iconic characters from the past really don't have much of a job anymore. However, there is still potential for Resetti to actually return, as there is the Groundhog Day event, which could come out next year, perhaps in February, I believe it is. Maybe Resetti could return for that, and we could have a little mini event related to him. That'd certainly be very cool, and I'd love for you guys to tell me in the comment section down below if you would like Resetti to return to Animal Crossing. I know he's definitely a fan favorite, and for some people, he basically taught us not to reset the game, so he definitely gave us a lifelong lesson, Sometimes you can't just reset and get your own way, you gotta play things by the book, and that certainly was Resetti's lesson. Well, you might remember at the start of this video I mentioned 2 hidden characters, and that is right, there is another one, and that character is of course Don Resetti. Now, Don Resetti has never been a really well-known or super popular character in Animal Crossing. He's Resetti's more calmer brother, so if anything, he could really fill in for Resetti because he's just super chill and he never has a go at you about resetting. But Don Resetti actually does appear in the game too as a little text reference. Sometimes he will pick up the phone when you're calling the helicopter instead of Resetti, filling in for him like he would fill in for Resetti when you reset in previous games sometimes, just because Resetti has those down days, maybe he's popped a blood vessel getting so angry at you. So yes, even Don Resetti is referenced, though it is quite rare, and I'd love for you guys to tell me if you've actually seen the reference to Don Resetti. I'd definitely love to hear about that. And I'd love for you guys to tell me in the comments of this video, do you think these old Animal Crossing characters like Resetti and Don Resetti have a place in Animal Crossing New Horizons? Should they return to the series? For me personally, I definitely think they should. Resetti was such an iconic character, and Don Resetti, whilst not as iconic, is still his brother, and I think it goes to show the writers of this game do still have a fondness for them. Definitely as well, given that the helicopter music is a remixed version of Resetti's theme from previous games. So that's just another detail that shows the developers do still really like Resetti and Don Resetti, but maybe they just don't feel like putting him in because they're scared of what people might say if he's too harsh with the young children who play the game. If you want to help support my channel, click the join button down below the video to become a member of the Bob's Gang. You can get a whole bunch of cool perks for doing so, and it helps me out too. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to subscribe for more Animal Crossing content and turn on all channel notifications to get notified when I post new Animal Crossing videos. You can also check out more videos on the right side of the screen as well. And once again, thank you for watching.